that is the CSS Gradients. See, CSS3 provides this gradients. This gradient features allows you to create gradient color, allows to create gradient color, and from one color to another color without using any images. Without using any images, we can create multiple color spots using the CSS gradients. In the CSS gradients, the CSS gradient features provides a flexible flexible solutions to generate smooth transition to generate smooth transition between two or more colors. That means it will add the smooth transition between two more colors. Like you can add two colors without using any images there. Here, how to create these gradients? So in these gradients available in the CSS, the CSS3, we have two types of gradients will be available. One is one is linear gradient. One is linear gradient, and another one is radial gradient. Linear gradient and radial gradient. See how the syntax will be follows here. So how can we write this linear gradient? The linear gradient must define with at least two color spots. Linear gradient is denoted with at least two color spots. So minimum is two, maximum is that up to your mark, that you can increase the colors like 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 up to the infinity. That is based upon your requirement. See, for this linear gradient, you can specify at least two colors here. See how to write this linear gradient syntax. Linear, one thing, I'll just write here itself for this linear gradient syntax. See how can you write this linear gradient syntax? Just you can type linear gradient, linear gradient, linear gradient, and followed by direction, direction, standard, color, tab 1, color, tab 2. See, like this, we can write the syntax for linear gradient. Syntax. And where you place the syntax? How can you write the syntax here? The syntax will be taken as, you can take background. You can take the background, then you can copy this syntax, copy this one, and you can paste it here. So this is one way. And another way, just take background image, and you can paste it here like this. So either you can take a background or you can take the background image. Either you can take background or background image. This linear gradient will be work there. Next, see here, using these linear gradients, we have several values. Like we need to set the directions, and we can also set this like angles. Like you know to full control over this gradient overlay, that you can use the angle there. I'll show these examples and also each and every concept in this gradient. Now here, so I told you that we have directions. What is meant by direction? Direction is nothing but, like you know the directions, right? Top left, bottom right, top left, sorry, top right, bottom left. See, using these directions, we can set the gradient colors. First, the linear gradient. Linear gradient. See, linear gradient is set the top top to bottom, top to bottom. Say by default, linear gradient is top to bottom. This is the default linear gradient we have. So you can write this linear gradient. What will happen means by default it will take from top to bottom. And how can you write this syntax for this linear gradient top to bottom? I'll show the example. I'll write the concept there, and similarly I'll show the example for this. So let me go to this Visual Studio. Now I'll create this new program. Just you can save the file with gradient. So I'll just gra.html. Now create the new program. Just you can type gradient. So for this gradient, I'll take here. First, I'll take the div there. I'll take box one. For the box, see here I'm taking this h1. So this is the default. This is default gradient. And coming to there. So here I'm taking this box one. Sorry, box. I just write background blue. Just write background blue color, and I'll just provide a height 400 pixels, and I'll provide this a width and take this 1000 pixels. Let me run this one on the browser. Opening default browser. Yeah, look. See, you just apply this blue color here. Then, how to apply this gradient color for this blue? Let me go to this Visual Studio. So here you can write background image URL. Sorry, background image linear gradient. See background image linear gradient. Then you can write here red, yellow, red and yellow. Now let me run this one on the browser. Go to this browser. Just read up this page. Look at this one. We just apply gradient color. And while writing this gradient color, so remember one thing. So we need to write vendor prefixes. Why? Because all this linear gradient will not support it for this browsers. So Chrome it will support, and the rest of remaining browsers won't support. So we need to write here. We need to write along with original syntax. Just I'll do one thing. I'll just copy these three more background images. See, I copied these three here. So before this first one, I'll just write WebKit linear image. And for this Microsoft Edge, we need to write MS here. MS linear gradient. See, this is for if you want, you can put it in the comments. Just you can write for this Safari and Chrome. and you can write for Microsoft Edge. Microsoft Edge and Internet Explorer. Explorer, like this. So we need to write this vendor prefixes while writing this linear gradient. And this is the original syntax. So note one thing. So we need to write the original syntax along with vendor prefixes. So let me run this one on the browser. Nothing will change here. Go to this browser, just reload this page. Look at this one having. See, have you observed this one? I told you that we by default the linear gradient is top to bottom. Now, how to change this direction? No, I don't want this top and bottom. So I need from left side and right side. So how can you change this direction? So let me go to this one. Here. See, first we discussed about this default, right? I'll just try it to top and bottom. I'll just change to, sorry, I'll just try it to left and right. Left, left to right. Left to right. How can you write this left to right? See here, for this original syntax, I'll just write to right there. To right, comma. And for this one, for this Internet Explorer and for this extra, for the Microsoft Edge, I'll just write only the left here. Only left. And here also, I'll just write only the left side. Now what will happen means, so in this browser, so this is, it will calculate only this original image. So when it is not supported, then it will fall back to this Safari. That is, it will fall back to this WebKit and MS here. And coming to this browser once, just reload this page and look at the change we have. Look at here. So it will turn to this to right here. To right, a red color, and to left we have this yellow color. See, like this, we can write the syntax for this one. And similarly, we have this. We have values like bottom left to bottom right, like this. And coming to here, the setting up the directions, setting up the direction of a linear gradient using angles. Using angles. So why we are setting the angles means if you want to control more of the gradient, if you want to control over the direction of the gradient, then you can use to write the angles here. So how can you write the syntax for these angles? See here, we see this directions. Next we have a linear gradient with angle. Sorry, with angle. See here, linear gradient, a linear gradient, and we can write the syntax like. We can write the syntax like angle and right color stop 1, color stop 2, like this. So this is the syntax. So let me run this one on the browser, sorry, and go to this Visual Studio, then you can write this syntax for this. See here we'll just write this directions, right? So I'll just remove the directions. I don't want these directions anymore. I need here, we can write this degrees. Just we can type 0 to 360 degrees, what the color you want. See, I'm taking this 90 degrees here, 90 degrees, and here also I'll just write 90 degrees. 90, 45, 60, 70, 80, 100, 120, like whatever you need, you can write there. Let me go to this browser once. Just here, look at this. Just reload this page. Look at this one. See, we can use like this, and if you want, you can also change the colors you want. Like here, we just write 45, 45 degrees, 55 degrees. Let me go to this browser. Just reload this page. Like this. See, like this, we can control using these angles. So let me open this notepad. See, linear gradient, we can also set with angles along with the directions also. Next, coming to, see this linear gradient using this multiple color stubs. That is, we can add different colors. So you know the angles, right? So here, if you want multiple colors, you can also add. Here I'm taking this green here. I'm taking a green there. Let me go to this one. Just reload this page. See, look at this one. So it will add the multiple colors here. That you need this direction. You need the directions, right? Then you can write here to right position, and go to this browser. Just reload this page. Just reload this page. Now it will come from like this. So adding to creating a linear gradient using this multiple color stubs. That's coming to this here. Next we have setting the location of color spots. Setting location. Setting location of color stub. This is nothing but see how much of color you want. So suppose to take this example, see here we have this red color, right? So how much amount you want and how much of colors that will be occupied here, like 30%, 20%, 10%, 15%, like this. So we are setting the location for this one. So location is nothing but in order to set how much of color occupy in the current location. See, setting up this location of gradient. And here we write this red, right? Red I need 10%, and yellow 20%. And before that, I'll just add one more color, lime, and I just add 10%. 10%. Let me go to this browser once. So you got this page. Look at this one. See, like this, this percentages will be calculated. So, like, if you want, you can add this one. And so, if you want this green color also like 10%. Now go to this one. Look at this page. Like this. And we are setting up this colors. And coming to there, and if you want, you can add this lime or else just remove. I will go with these three values like this. And coming to here, so this is a location. We can set the location for this color spot, and we have this one more concept like a repeating linear gradient. Repeating linear gradient. Repeating linear gradient. How can you take this repeating linear gradient? See, for this repeating linear gradient, so we can write like this. So text and follows like. So you just remove this one. See, repeating linear gradient also same. That we need to write every time we need to write this pointer prefixes. See, I just remove this here. I can write repeating linear gradient. Repeating linear gradient, and I just write line there, and I can write here 10% and 10%. Now go to this browser, just reload this page. Look at this. Look at this here. So it is continuously repeating there. And if you don't want this locations, just remove this one. Just remove these locations you want. Now coming to this one, just reload this page. And here we didn't find any images, right? Repeating. Then you can add here 10, 20%. Look at this. So we can set this repeating linear gradient. And so that's about this linear gradient. Just we can go to this radial gradient. So coming to this radial gradient. The radial gradient is nothing but, so in order to apply color spot, to spread the color spot with the different shapes you want. Like you can spread the colors to the circle, circle, elliptical shapes, elliptical shapes in it, like. And we can write this syntax, right? Syntax for writing this one: radial gradient, radial gradient, radial gradient, and we can you can write the syntax like shape, shape, size, shape, size, at position, which position you want, and we can write this color stop one and color stop two, stop two there. This is the syntax for writing this radial gradient. In that, I use here three values, right? One is position. One I use this one, position. Another one is I use the shape. I use shape there. And another one is I use the size here. And what was that? See here, position. The position specifies that starting point of the gradient, and which can be specified by the pixels, percentages, and like directions. Like you need to add directions. Like if you want, you can add this left, bottom, right, top, like this. And also you can add the specified units like pixels, EMs. EMs means equivalent measurement, and rems, and percentages that you can add in the positions. And coming to this shape, so it specifies that shape of the gradient either be in the circular shape or in be in the elliptical shape. And coming to this size, so size specifies that the gradient color ending space, like it is a in this size we have three more values available. That is farthest farthest side, that is farthest side, closest side, closest side, like so. Like this, we have some values. Like we have three values available in this one, like farthest, closest, and we have closest corner, farthest corner and closest corner. That is far away, and like see like this, we have values in the size there. And let me go with this example. So how can you create this radial gradient? See, go with this one. So here we'll take this box, right? I'll do one thing. I'll just remove here. Remove this one. I'll just write background. Background. For the background, I just write radial gradient, circle, circle, red, yellow, blind. Now we can run this one on a browser. Go to this browser. Just remove this H1. Go to this browser. Just reload this page. Look at it. See, look at the shape we have, like circular shape, having this radial gradient, and we have setting up this size for this rotational radial gradient. So how can I add this size for this? See here, I'll just write this circle, right? Here we can write, uh, I'll just write farthest side, farthest side at left bottom. I need this left bottom, and just you can write comma. So here we can write farthest side and closest corner like this. So we can set this positions. Just reload this page. Look at this. So nothing will be displayed here. We did a mistake. Is yes, and I did a mistake there. So I remove this. Sorry. So we have the syntax like shape, size, and position. Okay. See, I just remove this one, so it will work fine. See, shape, size, and position. Let me go to this browser. Just reload this. See like this. So we can place the circles in the corner. Farthest means it is far away from. And if you write the closest, you can write the closest instead of farthest. You just write closest. Closest. Let me run this one. Why it will showing this here? Closest side. We go to this one. Reload this. Where's the closest? Closest means it will occupy the full color. Just you can write a corner. This is also same. Okay, no problem. But we can practice it. Farthest side at bottom. Like this, you can also change whether you want like left and right side, whatever you want. And here also we have this repeating linear gradient. See, repeating linear gradient. I'll just put it in the comments. background image, a repeating linear gradient, and in that we can write what are the color you want, like you need blue, blue, from a white, white 10%, and lime. Lime also I'll just use 10%. Now let me run this one on the browser. Just replace this one here. I just provided with 4%. I'll just go with the 6%. Use a lime color. I just increase this one here. Yes, 14%. Just we can increase the color. Yeah, this one. Like this. See, like this, we place this repeating linear gradient, and this gradient we have the last concept so we can also apply this transparent gradients. So for over an images. So how to apply this transparent gradients? See, I'll just remove this one here, and for the box, I'll take the box. For the box, suppose I need to apply some color for this. I'll take the background image, background, or I'll just take background there. This background, I'll provide a background. First, we need to set this height and weight. So height, I need this 500 pixels, and width I need 1000 pixels. Now I can width 1500. Now I need to set this background. See, in this background, I'll just write linear gradient. Linear gradient. I'll just write to right, to right, and here we can provide for transparency. I'll provide the transparency RGBA, and we can write there 0 comma 0 comma 0 comma 0.3, 0 comma 0 comma 0.3, and along with that separated with comma, again we take this RGBA, and you can write 0 comma 0 comma 0 comma 0.4, 0 comma 0 comma 0.4. Now we can set here, we can set comma along with URL. See, in this URL, we'll just provide, in that URL, we can provide any of this image you want. Like I just provide 7 or 6 dot JPG. 6 dot JPG. Now let me run this one on the browser. 0.16.jpg. Okay, so I just take the image name 3.jpg. Now let me run this one on the browser. So you place this image. Along that we place this over here. See, we apply this black color. If you want to apply this more color, just apply this to 8. Just apply 8 there. Now go to this one. Just reload this page. Now look at this one. So we just apply the black color. Not only black color. If you want, you can apply this one. If you don't want this black color anymore, suppose you are taking this white color. See here, I've just provide white color, and I'll take the one there, one, and I'll provide 255. Suppose you want a green color, just you can also apply this green color there. Reload this page. Now look at this one. See, we just apply green color over the animation. And if you want this to white color, you can apply this right there. Now go to this browser, just reload this page. Now look at this one. So we just apply this red color, and coming to there, see, I just apply this 255 white color, 255 and 255. Now let me go to this browser once. Just reload this page. Look at this. Look at the transparency of this image. Like this, so we can also apply this transparent image using like this. See, if you don't want this, apply this 8 anymore, and we need this to 1. Let me run this one on the browser.